Good morning. Welcome to our first annual Economic Summit held by the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce. My name's Tony Gallo. I am the president of the Lorain County Chamber. It's great to see such a good crowd. It's great to see such networking. It's great to see and know that there are people throughout all of Lorain County that are here today. We began planning this event about 9 months ago, and much like, I guess, the birthing of a baby, it's taken a lot of partnerships and hard work to get here, but today's finally here. It's a beautiful day, and we are actually glad that everybody has supported us in the way that we thought they would, but it's actually great to see that it actually came across the way I anticipated it. I do want to start this morning by thanking my board of directors. Many of them are here today. When I presented this to them about a year ago, they were the ones who provided me with some direction and some ideas to make this successful. If I could actually have my board stand up, that would be helpful so people in the audience know who the board is and where they're located. They're some of the people who actually helped to move Lorain County forward, along with everybody else that's in the room too. I need to follow up that thank you with those that provided us with sponsorships that actually allowed today to happen. And I also think it's important for you to know who that person is besides just the company name. So oftentimes we just thank the company and not the person behind it. But I do have to start with thanking Cecilia Render from Nordson. Nordson and Cecilia they're the ghost behind so many things that take place in Lorain County, and without them, I think a lot of our great organizations and events that take place in Lorain County would not happen. So very, very special thank you to Cecilia and Nordson. Kevin Nelson and Northwest Bank. I know they got a boatload of people here today. Many tables are Northwest saved, and again, Kevin was one of the first persons who, again, he sits on the board. When I brought up this idea, he was like, hey, I know the guy I can get, Ken Malin, you tell me when, we'll make this work. So thank you very much, Kevin, and I know he's got some people here from the main branch and all the other branches in Lorain County, as well as a lot of their guests, which are customers of the bank. So thank you, Kevin. Our gold sponsors, Brian Frederick and the Community Foundation. Behind Cecilia and Kevin, Brian was the first one who said, sign me up. We need to do this. The Chamber's the right organization to put this on. Brian, you will be missed when you retire, but thank you very, very much. Chris Mead from Maloney and Novotny. Chris, again, another one of my great board members. And he was the one who gave me a lot of ideas. He said that there are different organizations that do this in Cleveland and other places. Whatever I need from Chris, he said he was there, and he actually backed that up, and I appreciate that very much. Joe Fagan, First Energy. Joe I've known since I've been at the Chamber almost 14 years. Joe was on the board for a good long time, and Joe is always one of those people, and First Energy is always one of those companies that have been a huge supporter of Lorain County, so thank you, Joe. Chad Grude from Express Employment. Chad and his wife, sit down and have a conversation with Chad and his wife. They are all about doing what's right for Lorain County. Anybody that cares that much, and actually I got to meet Chad's sister and brother-in-law and brother and sister-in-law yesterday, and they're all of that same ilk, and they all want to do right by the people in Lorain County, and his family members have something in Lakewood as well as in Huron as well too. Express Employment Services and professionals. So thank you, Chad. Kyle Rose from Poly One. Again, Kyle was kind enough to open up their plant to give a tour to Don Marinelli when he was in here a couple of weeks ago, and again, Kyle was one of those people that said, whatever we can do to give back to Lorain County, Poly One is all about it. So thank you, Kyle. John Cromling from Ross Environmental. John I happened to run into at the Difference Makers Gala by Leadership Lorain County a number of months ago, and he asked me what was going on, is there anything that Ross can do, and once this came up, I reached out to him, and they were right there on it to actually say, yeah, we need to be a part of that as well too. Plus, I think it doesn't hurt to have them right across the parking lot, so they probably just walked over here. So thank you to the Cromlings, third generation business owners here in Lorain County. Obviously, they care about what's going on here. Thank you to Dr. Marcia Ballinger and Tracy Green. They're the two that introduced myself and a lot of our board members to Don Marinelli. We got a glimpse of what Don was all about when they had Don speak to a small group of business leaders it's probably 10, 12 months ago at this point. And everybody in that room said, wow, we need to get this guy and actually talk to a larger group. So if it wasn't for Dr. Ballinger and Tracy, we probably wouldn't have had Don as our keynote speaker. So again, Tracy's in the back. Thank you very much. On a side note, I do have to tell you this little story because Marcia, Dr. Ballinger sits on my board, and I was talking about how I was trying to somehow micromanage what Don was going to be talking about. And Marcia just started laughing. She goes, yeah, you're not going to be able to handle that. And if those people don't tell you that it takes a village or it's a community building event, I just want to give you a couple other thank yous that show you how much it takes to actually put an event like this together. Brian Bukowski from Bomb Image is the one who developed our Economic Summit logo that you probably see going up there every once in a while. John Cothey from Jet Signs, he did our pull-up signs. Danielle Hume from Lamar Advertising. If you saw any of the electronic billboards that are out there, I think Don said he was going to drive around all of Lorain County till he saw all 4 of them yesterday. But there are faces of Don and Ken that are coming up on a regular basis on the electronic billboards as well too. We have Ben Harper, who's in the back filming things today from Breakwall Media. We have Diane Bitar, who's taking our photographs today. Hopefully she was able to catch some snapshots of you and your group too. Judy Keys from Pink Peppercorn. We had a small intimate get-together yesterday for the sponsors and our speakers, and Judy catered it. The food was fantastic as always. The Palace Theater, who opened up their beautiful theater to actually host that event yesterday. I know Don was excited to actually get inside, and again, it's just such a landmark facility in Lorain County. Kevin Knight from Heidelberg Distributing, he sits on my chamber board. He also provided us with the beverages from yesterday. M Squared, they're the ones who provided the small blue books that you have at your table. Please utilize them for any notes. Make sure you take them with you as well too. Again, thank you to Kyle Rose from Poly One and Chris Carroll from Flavor Seal, who opened up their doors and actually allowed Don to get a taste of some of the businesses that are here in Lorain County and that call Lorain County home. Rex Engel from the Residence Inn at Marriott, who actually helped provide accommodations for Don and his wife. So you can see that it doesn't just happen. I also have to thank Marcus Wagner and the staff here at Lorain County Community College for making this happen as well too. Jose is always great to work with, and again, this is not an easy get-together, and it's not an easy thing to pull off. I also want to thank the members of the Lorain County Growth Partnership. Many of, again, are in the audience today. The Growth Partnership is our economic development partners here in Lorain County. This includes our Lorain County Commissioners, our Lorain County Community College, Lorain County JVS, the SBDC at Lorain County Community College, and Ohio Means Jobs Lorain County. Finally, Tammy Casio and Christy Lewandowski from the County Chamber. I just want to give you a little idea of what we've been doing at the Chamber. We will have had, by the time tomorrow evening is over, we will have had 7 major events in the past 2 weeks that have dealt with at least 1,000 RSVPs. So if you think that keeping all of that straight, if you think dealing with me who's either adding something or changing something at any last minute, the phone rings and I say, we'll make room for these people, don't worry about it. So I think we really need to give a round of applause to Tammy and Christy. We do have some elected officials I want to recognize. From Governor Kasich's office, Dustin Russell is here. Dustin, you want to stand up real quick? From the State Auditor's office, Lindsay Kuhn-Blair. I don't know if Lindsay made it or not. From the State Treasurer's office, Jessica Drager. Our county commissioners, I know I saw Matt. I don't know if Ted and Lori were able to make it, but Matt Lundy. Our Lorain County Auditor, Craig Snodgrass, is here. From the City of Elyria, the Honorable Holly Brenda. Holly's also on my board. City of Avon, the Honorable Brian Jensen. City of Avon Lake, Honorable Greg Zilka. City of North Ridgeville, the Honorable Dave Gillock. From the Village of Sheffield, the Honorable John Hunter. And I know we have representation from the City of Lorain. Derek Firestein is here for Mayor Chase. So, anybody else that I missed as far as mayors go? Hopefully I didn't see anybody sneak in. New events are sometimes hard to predict. I hope that each and every one of you here today realize the reason for this breakfast is to spur dialogue, so it's productive and hopefully will result in some actionable items for Lorain County. You may hear some things that you agree that we should do. You may hear some things that you don't agree on. You may hear some things that you think affect you or don't think affect you, depending on where you live, where your business is. But I hope that each will keep an open mind as we discuss opportunities and maybe see some chance for collaborative initiatives. After Ken and Don present, we will take a short interactive survey with the electronic devices. Those are those little things that look like remote controls on your tables. Our goal is to follow up with an email survey that'll give you an opportunity to actually give us some handwritten notes and ideas and maybe some actionable items that we can take further. Our hope is to get some of you together again in the next few weeks so we can actually maybe get together a group that says, okay, let's work on this, and this is some of the things that everybody agreed on that we need to focus on. It's a process, but I hope one that everybody understands we are willing to work on and be the facilitator for here at the Lorain County Chamber. With that, once again, thank you to everyone being here this morning, one 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 being here this morning.